European Championships or the Paralympic Games, which of course is a unique world championship inside the umbrella of the Paralympic movement. And what a great job the International Paralympic Committee do to make these championships so very special for more than 600 international competitors here. And at that very mention, here we go right now for another exciting final with the great Ellie Simmonds here for Great Britain coming up in just a moment. There she is in lane number 4. And a full lineup of 8 very strong competitors.
Yeah, we have got a full lineup, as you said, Nick, there. This is one of the races that we had heats this morning. The top 8 from the heats, the top 8 fastest times go into the final. Shestopal from Ukraine goes in lane number 1. Bjornsdottir from Iceland in lane number 2. And Emanuela Romano, Paralympic finalist last year from Italy, goes in 3. But the Paralympic champion and the world record holder looked fantastic in the heats this morning. Eleanor Simmonds, that record set in London, 5:19.17. And this young lady challenge her. Trejo Gadillo from Mexico. Mexicans, great record in Paralympic swimming, especially in the lower classifications. Susana Ribeiro from Brazil. They're looking to build towards Rio in 2016. Got a big squad here. Fanni goes in 7. Yes, Fanni in the wheelchair from Hungary. I've seen her regularly visit the GB Championships. Riley Boyt from the USA completes the lineup.
Ellie Simmonds world record 5:19.17. Set on the 1st of September last year at the Paralympic Games when she defended her title successfully. It's Team Finland there in the stands, one of the coaches watching on. And I must say this morning Ellie Simmonds looked extremely comfortable, and there was a great nod of approval from the stands. Carl Payton, who's doing a lot of the race analysis, all the video work and data, and as soon as he pressed stop on his camera, he had a big nod of approval. So I think there's a lot more to come from Ellie Simmonds with a 5:33.53 this morning. The world record could be in danger here.
Final of the women's 400 metres freestyle in the S6 class. Ellie Simmonds, the favourite, the big favourite, the double Paralympic champion in this event. Won gold in London in 2012. Also took the title in Beijing in 2008 at the age of 13. She's 18 years of age now. Ellie Simmonds is behind in the early stages there, just as we saw in the previous race. Ellie Simmonds has a condition of dwarfism, doesn't particularly get off the blocks as well as some of the others with the longer levers, but once she gets into her stroke, she is almost unbeatable. She certainly is unbeatable in this event. Unbeaten for, I would say, the last 5 years, certainly since prior to the Beijing Paralympic Games, when she set the world record in the lead up to those games in China, and she has never looked back. She has been really dominant. This is a bit of a surprise in the early stages. Romano just tracking Ellie Simmonds, but the longer the race goes on, the more you have to fancy Ellie Simmonds is going to take this title.
Yes, Ellie Simmonds some 29 seconds clear of Romano from the heat performances. But Romano very powerful across the shoulders, but doesn't have the speed endurance that Ellie Simmonds has. And Ellie can maintain her speed more throughout the performance. Very consistent, very balanced in every single length that she takes. There's not much difference in terms of her split times. They're very tight, very close, and it equals a very balanced performance. She maintains that strength, that speed endurance right the way through this 400 metres freestyle S6 event, and she's pulling away now quite comfortably into her own zone. And I do wonder whether we will see a world record turning in 2:00:37. And that could well be the exact split time. I think she may have wanted to pop just under, but I think it may well be in danger. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, she was about half a second out, just about on world record pace, but when she set that world record, it was a really, really tight race. She had a very strong finish in the closing stages in that final in London. Romano just being pressed now by Ribeiro for second place. We saw in the shot there, and coming through in the centre is the Mexican Delgadillo. Ellie Simmonds going over though at the halfway stage, 2:41.52, and she's just slipped a couple of seconds. Very difficult there. She's so far ahead of the rest of the field. Well, second place going over in 2:49, so it's 8.5 seconds ahead of the field. Ellie Simmonds, it's got to be difficult to keep that pace going. I know she's a supreme competitor. She'll want that record, and the closest she can get to it, the better for Ellie Simmonds. I don't think it's going to be a world record at the moment, though, unless she can really pick it up over the last 200.
Ribeiro going very well, though, in lane number 6 for Brazil. Brazil have a very big national team here. Of course, we're not too very far from Rio, the next Paralympic Games, so they want the very best team, not just here, but in all the months. In the build-up to that, they'll be expecting some groundbreaking performances here to set the scene in terms of what they can do for the next Paralympic Games. There's Ellie Simmonds. And I think in London she went out not too quick, but a little apprehensive. There was more adrenaline, perhaps a bit more tension. She was a little more racy early on. And I think since then she's really started to master this event and take control of a superbly balanced performance. All of her training is geared around holding pace. And although she's a half a second out after just 3 or 4 lengths, I think she's pulling that back right now.
Ellie Simmonds, just slightly off the pace that she would have been for a world record swim, but does it matter? I mean, you can't even see her there in the shot. That's the battle for second position. She is, well, how far is she ahead? I think she's about 20 metres ahead or something of the rest of the field as she comes in to the final turn there. You see her coming into the red markers. Ellie Simmonds is going to be swimming against the other. The other ones are going to be going in a completely different direction in a minute. We'll see them pass each other as moving into second place. Delgadillo, as Ellie Simmonds goes the other way on her way home. Delgadillo in second position and Ribeiro clear in third position. We've seen some good battles for the minor places in these first 2 heats, but there's been no doubt about the 2 winners. Darren McDonald took the first final, and it is going to be Ellie Simmonds who's going to take this second one. 5:19.17 is the world record. That is still going to be the world record after this one, but Ellie Simmonds is again going to be the world champion in the S6 400 metres freestyle. Ellie Simmonds takes the gold.
Well, splendid gold medal, and coming in for silver in lane number 5, Gadillo of Mexico takes the silver medal, and lane number 6, Susana Ribeiro from Brazil, a bronze medal for her and her national team. Ellie Simmonds there looking not as emotional as she did just 10-11 months ago. Taking it all in her stride now. She has the experience of the world across her shoulders and still so young, really now mastering this event. It's her event. She's the world champion once again. Coming in there in lane number 2 for Israel, Bjornsdottir, and lane number 7, Fanni of Hungary, stops the clock. Camera's still looking at the smile of Ellie Simmonds. This competitor, lane number 1, Shestopal of the Ukraine, coming home in 6:47.21 unofficially. There's the official result for Eleanor Simmonds of Great Britain.
Ellie Simmonds there, coming off the wall as well as some of the others, with coming from lots of longer levers, as I said. As soon as she hit that first turn, she was pressed in the early stages by Romano, the Italian swimmer, but after that it was all Ellie Simmonds. Look at that superbly balanced stroke here. Ellie Simmonds, no one else in sight, and she comes in stretching for that wall in that final time of 5:24. She did slip away slightly off the record pace in the last 100, but with no one around her, well, who could blame her? Ellie Simmonds just looking at the clock there. That's not bad. Yeah, it's good enough.
You're absolutely spot on there, Paul. I think it was a lot lost down the last 100, which is a surprise. She was on song, I think within give or take half a second, but lost a little ground. But there's the official results. The medals are what they are, and it's gold for Great Britain. And here's the